In this video we'll be doing the clock and the road marker, and both of these involve isometric circles. So if we don't know how to do isometric circles yet, I'd encourage you to go back to our last video to see the procedure of the 4-arc method for isometric circles. So what's the first thing we do when we do instrumental drawing? We align our page to the t-square. Aligning the page to the t-square will mean that we can come back to this and have our set squares be going the right directions when we need to. What's the second thing we do when we do instrumental drawing? We write our name in capital graphics letters. Here we go. And what is the third thing we do when we do instrumental drawing? We read the instructions. I've already read the instructions and I know that we are going to do this clock first. So, to begin with, we are aiming towards the crate. C is for crate. So, we begin with extending these lines for the axis on left and right and up. Remember to use guidelines, which are light as can be, so light you can barely see. Here on the front of the face of the clock we have 80 millimeters in total, so I'm going to put along here a small dot where it says 80 on the ruler. 0 is of course at the apex, and while I'm here I'm going to mark off the center, which will be 40, and these points here at the edge of the feet, which will be 20 in from the left and 20 in from the right, leaving a gap of 40 in between. Okay, the width of this clock is 25, so we'll mark off 25 here, put the 0 on the apex, and mark off 20 and 5. A tiny little dot, half the size of an ant's head. And all of these marks will need to go up, 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 and up. Your center line. Okay, we are well on our way towards finishing the crate, and so we need a height of at least 80, and this radius here we can work out is half of 80, so it's 40. It's 40 here, so we've got 80 plus 40. Let's mark off 80. And then 10, 20, 30, 40. A total of 120. Okay, now we have our crate. We are going to do the outside details. And it turns out that we've already began by seeing where these feet begin and end, here and here. This radius is 15, so we'll measure up 1.5. So we've got a small crate on our crate, and this shape in here is going to go in here. Any more outside details? Yes, we need the center of this clock face. So I'm going 40 down. We've already got the 40 down mark. So that will be the center of our clock face. And we need the crate for the clock face, which will be an isometric square. It says radius 30, so we will measure up here. Always lean over the ruler if you can't see. 30, and we shall just going to use some dividers to measure this distance. Here you can of course do this with a ruler. Okay, so that's our isometric square, in which our ellipse for the clock face is going to go. So, in order to get the clock face, we're going to use our 4-arc method. So we begin. If this isometric square is accurate, it should go right through the center and right to the corner, crossing the major and the minor axis is step 1. Step 2 is going from the wide corner to the halfway point on the opposite side, and again from the wide corner to the halfway point on the opposite side. Identifying the 4 center points. Here, 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 and here. You don't have to mark them if you can already see where they go. And we need our compass. Just attach this little doodacky. And it's going to go straight ahead and do the presentation lines. When you do your compass, it's always good to have the pointy end parallel to your pencil end. So place your compass point on your center point and scribe the first of your 4 arcs. Okay, now we've got a series of smaller arcs here, here, and a large one that goes around here and here left to do. These are all outside details, and so we just need to create them out. For this one, to get the arc coming around here, we need a measurement of 15. And 15. And it's going to go across here and this way. That point right there gives us the correct round for this. And to get this point here, that's incorrect. Effectively, yes, I need to go this way and then this way. Now, if finding that is a little tricky to you, I'd encourage you to go back to the 4-arc method page where we did something where there was some exercises down the bottom. Unfortunately, this arc is a little too small for my comes down here. Just trying to work this out. The arc is correct. Unfortunately, a little bit wobbly. For the arc that goes around here, we can see, we can kind of use this as a guide. We see this arc is here and is produced from this point here. And so if we do the same, going from the edge of the circle there back there and the edge of the circle there back there, all we need is these two lines. From the edge of the circle across, and from the edge of this circle back here. This right there will be our center point for this arc. It goes around here. And we can use this as a guide. So we've got an arc that's coming around here. But this point comes across. And so this is the point we want to come across from there. And this point there, it should be meeting on this line as it comes up through there. So this right there is the center point. Alright. So just do the front face of this clock. Skipping ahead here, doing the presentation lines. However, that's okay. Okay, so we need to do the back part of this clock. So this same arc will need to be produced up here. So all we need to do is find this point, which is right here, this point, which is right here, and again we'll do this and this on those same angles to find our center point. There and there, right there. And of course this is 25 up on the 30-degree angle from that point. So there is our center point. For this one, we'll find this center point up here. We shall measure. .25, which is right here. Before I do that, we'll just do a line here to show us where this arc will stop. We've done it. We are now on, having done the inside details with this little guy here, and this one here, potentially we might say. Now we're doing the lines, which is the presentation lines. You'll recall presentation lines are black, bold and beautiful, sharp, crisp and clean. And there we go, that is the clock. We shall now do the road marker. And so, likewise, we will begin with the crate. C. Okay, to begin the crate, let us extend out our lines here. Just make sure that we have enough room. No, we don't. So I'll just shove this across. Marking off 80, so that will now fit, and great, will go up here, and up here. How high will it be? It will be 3 plus 100. So marking off 3, and then another 100. That's our crate. Our measurements, of course, are 80, 100, and 3 down the bottom for that thickness. So we've got now to do 1, 2 isometric circles. First one is diameter 30. We begin our isometric circles with the 4-arc method with a major axis and a minor axis. Of course, the measurements for our crate or the invisible bounding box are 30, so that 60, so that's 10, 20, 30 on one side. You'll notice I'm going on the 30 degrees, and 10, 20, 30 on the other. With those small dots in, I can place in this side of the crate and this side of the crate. And this side of the crate and this side of the crate, we don't have to measure, we can just take from these sides. Okay, we've got the major axis and the minor axis in a 60 by 60 isometric square, and now all we need to do is to go from the wide corner to the halfway point on the opposite side. The stuff being upside down. wide corner side door, room on my table. There we go. And that doesn't work at all. Identifying the 4 points. We actually don't need that one because we're just seeing the front of it, and so we need this radius and this radius. Which is too small for my large contraption here with a pen. You won't have any trouble. Just going to use my other special fixed width compass. Go over these lines carefully. Alright. Now we'll put in our small box at the top, and the measurement there is diameter 18. So we shall first find the center of the square by going corner to corner, corner to corner. And that gives us a major and minor axis. We'll measure on this diagonal 9 on one side and 9 on the other. So we've got our major axis and minor axis going from the wide corner to the halfway point on the opposite side, wide corner to the halfway point on the opposite side, identifying the center points, which is our third step, and our fourth is describing these arcs. there we go. That is our road marker, road cone. Nice little bit there, and that's complete.